DCTv 274 production, a channel meant to spread evangelical mission, reflections, church news, interviews on church matters, socio-political issues, and other marriage matters. But you create nice content, all kinds of invitation cards, even movies. DCTv 274 production, TV for everyone.
My name is Mrs. Amaka Onyebuoha John. I am a native of Amagu Autonomous Community in Ihube, Okigwe local government area. I am one of the lecturers in this school, but I handle their English language, that's the use of English for all the departments as a general course, GST course. So that's it.
That's great. Alright, so from your own assessment, so far, how do you observe the assessment of your students or this institution so far?
Yeah, it is great. Normally we have the ones that are most very brilliant, and we have the ones that are in the middle, and we have the ones that are still struggling. So but we are carrying everybody along, and they are doing wonderfully well. Like we have those that are offering the home economists, the caterers, they sew bag, they sew shoes. They are really doing the things they are wearing now. They are not up to 2 years, but they can sew bags, sew shoes, and even sew the clothes they wear. And some of those in solar departments, if you look around this roof, you are going to see some solar panels. All of them were installed by those students. They are really doing wonderfully well. Yes, and other people in electrical department, all of them, the things they wired in this new place they just opened, we are done by the students. So they are really doing well in this school.
That is so fantastic. So what could be your advice to students who are seeking for admission at different tertiary institutions or different universities? What could be your advice towards St. Martin's Institute of Technology, Okigwe Diocese?
See, if I was still a teenager, I would prefer this place to going to the higher institution direct. You know why? By the time you spend your 2 years here and obtain your equivalent of OND, you will be able to be an artisan. You can handle every aspect of workmanship. So I advise that if one doesn't get admission in any other tertiary institution, or you have in your mind to go into university, this place is a very good place for one to come in, learn whatever you want to learn. We handle every subject, every course you can ever think of that can make one what one wants to become in life. So I advise that they should come here and see what is really happening, because we believe in action. So whatever you see around is already a testimony. That's it.
DCTv 274 production, a channel meant.
Free, introduce yourself or give us a synoptic background of yourself.
Thank you. I will call you my editor, I will call you my moderator, because we are both in one. My name is Engineer Sir Napoleon Adeche, and by the special grace of God, who has been chosen to be the acting rector of this young institution, St. Martin's Institute of Technology, Okigwe. I am principally an electrical engineer by profession, and by exposition trained teacher, because I had gone through the crucibles of teacher education, rose through ranks, and then retired as a director principal, that's a principal special class in the Imo State educational system. And I am from Ihube by birth, and I have been deep in the church work, vis-a-vis serving God and humanity in the church and in other places I've served. And it pleased God that in Okigwe Diocese I was chosen to go to Germany to study the system of education there, and finally to enable us to replicate it in Okigwe Diocese. When I went to Germany, I found out that there is a great departure from what we have here, which was more of a theoretical education. But there, a whole family can have a particular interest, and every person is trained into it, no matter your area of interest in terms of your discipline. But every person that was what I saw. When I came back, I gave my report, and this institution went afloat. I want to tell you that on the 4th of June, 2022, the Germans who have been helping us, funding here, getting resources here and there to enable Father Wanko, the father founder, to make his waves. And done by the blessings of the Bishop of the Okigwe Diocese, Very Reverend Father. That's the most Reverend Dr. Ese Amatu. He came here and blessed here, and since that time we have been growing from strength to strength. I am telling you, what is happening here is something that only God can always give you this vision. But I'm so impressed. Vis-a-vis the students initially we got, we have been getting around. This is our second year. We have finished the first year, that's the first 2 semesters. We are in our 3rd semester. We have not taken the 3rd semester exam. But from all indices of measurement, the students have imbibed the type of education that we are giving here, which is a replica of what we saw in Germany. And they are interested. They are very happy. Most of the projects we did here, the 2 houses you blessed and opened today, the hostel and the students undertook the electrical installation work. And indeed, most of the building perspective, which have been civil and all, they were all involved. So it's a kind of a training we have given to them. And I am telling you, betting you that by the grace of God, those students will not come out here empty-handed. They will go up in good colors. And you are now asking me about the students we have here. Well, I think by any interest they are doing very, very well, because we started with a few number of students. You know, in Igbo land, whenever something comes up new, it takes a little time to make its way. And within the short period of our existence, we have been able to register our positive measures, and the students who have held them. And I think by the special grace of God, the school, which is now going through the rudiments of formal registration, I am sure we are going to get direct students from JAM postings by next year, since our affiliation and notice of academic relationship has been known by such sister institutions like Polytechnic, the Abia State University. So there have been a little bit exchange and comparisons of curriculum and then actualization of what we want here. So we want to give them a good base so that at the end of the day, there will be students that will be sound both academically and practically. So as a matter of fact, I would advise our students here that they should be more focused, because students of these days, they have so many distractions. Even the devices like the handsets, which are sophisticated now, the laptops, which are supposed to be instrument of development and the furthering of their knowledge, they tend to be distractions to them, because a lot of them are implying the negative aspect of it. So I will advise them that they should be more focused and then be guided in their areas of interest.
Thank you so much. Your answers to your questions are very fantastic. Now, the last question is that, considering your position or office, what has been your motivating factor for accepting this very office as the rector of this noble institution, St. Martin's Institute of Technology, Okigwe Diocese?
Well, motivating factor, I studied engineering because the attainment of technological age lies on the knowledge in science and technology, which is where I belong. And having been found worthy by the diocese or by interest groups to make me good in there, it's like fixing a square peg in a square hole. I belong to the engineering and the science, the world. So my motivating factor is that having gained interest from the basic technical education from ETC, Aba Boys Technical College, Aba, and the Polytechnic, and then my studies in the university, I have gone through the crucibles of education, and I think I have a lot to offer, because it is there in my own subject area that demands have been made, where people will now use what they have in their head, convert to their hands and give to the general public. So that is my motivation, that I have something to offer, because it is in the area for which I've been trained from the crucibles. So I will have a lot of things to give to this institution, because I have a citadel of knowledge which I am going to throw into the system to make for a better growth in this institution.
Thank you so much for your answers so far. The last question should be, what could be your advice to students who are seeking for admission into tertiary institution or university towards St. Martin's Institute of Technology, Okigwe Diocese?
Well, for such students that are our incoming students or students that will be of interest to this school, I will give them the firm promises that this school is well equipped in terms of the personnel and the material for the work, and that they are favorably disposed, well centralized in terms of proximity from various communities. And we now have a hostel within the part and another one outside, very adjacent to the other, the one you commissioned today. So we are going to provide them both the living place and the study. They will have nothing to regret because they are going to get what they have gone through. And that Nigeria as a nation, and besides the Southeast, where we are gifted with science and technology and the innovations, that this place is a place to be.
DCTv 274 production.
Please, Father, can you briefly introduce yourself or give us a short synopsis or background of yourself?
Aha m bụ Okwu Maduka Joseph, Reverend Father. Abụ m onye ndị Izuọgụ ochie unu, mana a mụrụ anyị n'Aba, zụọ anyị n'Aba. Mgbe e kewara Okigwe, anyị nata Okigwe. Natakwa na Okigwe kamgbe 35 years. I have been a priest of the Catholic Diocese of Okigwe. Ndị ka anyị esi tie ya ugbu a, ọ dịghị mfe gị na ụmụazị ịnọ, ọ dịkwaghị mfe ịchịkọta ụmụazị, mana ahụrụ m ya from the point of view na onye maara ihe ọ na-eme maara ebe ọ na-eje. Mgbe nwanne m nwoke na-ekwu okwu skuul a, maka na anyị niile toro n'Aba, mgbe ọ na-ekwu okwu skuul a n'afọ gara aga, nwoke m ihe apụta ihe eme nke ihe eme nke a, anyị na-ekwetere m maka na ihe dị n'akwụkwọ na-agụkwazi m agụụ, na-atọkwazi m ụtọ. Mgbe anyị nọrọ ebe a na-achọ position, at the end as ị ga-awụ spiritual director, in good mind and open heart I accepted it. Counseling adults dị iche from counseling children, especially adults of the modern time and period. Ha nwere their own mentality as regards their life with the modern gadgets in communication, especially the telephone. They see a lot of things. O nwere ihe ndị ha ama ha, mana a na-eji nka agbara ehi ọsọ, a na-ekwara eji nwayọ na-achịkọta ha, ọ dịghị izi ikpokọta ha. Anyị na-ene ha anya, ọhịa a na-awụ ewere ha nwayọ nwayọ, catching them young and nipping them at the bud. Ụzọ anyị si na-ama na-eji ha. Ụfọdụ na-anụ, ụfọdụ anaghị anụ, ụfọdụ adịgwori wild before ha abata ebe a. Ị na-akụzi ihe ọ dịka onye na-awụ mmiri n'elu okwute, ọ dịghị izi. Nke ọzọ awụrụ gbasara ndị fada anyị, amaghị m aga m akpịa competition ma ọ wụ among the proper language to use. Anyị na-ahụ mini politics in everything we do. Onwe onye na-ahụzi ihe a ọ maka gịnị? Onwe onye na-ahụ the end point. Ihe anyị na-ahụ onye merie, ọhụ maka na m merie. If at this age na nka na-aga school doing my doctorate outside the church courses in agriculture, I think I am also opportune to manage ihe ụmụaka na-eme ebe a. So ihe dị na ya wụ ụfọdụ che na ọwụ echiche ha na-akwado ihe niile a na-arịgo elu, mana anyị echefu na onye ọbụla nwere akara aka nke ya. Ọkwa na akara aka nke ị nwere ka ị ga-eji na-arụ ọrụ. Ada Josephat mụ na ya kwuru tonite n'Aba, ọ bụrụ na ehuhu mbe ha ehu ya na be anyị. Ikwu na ezigbote asụsụ anyị wụ Aba boys, mana Aba boys anyị ahụ the negative Aba boys. Etu anyị sikwa etowe ka anyị si torute. Eziokwu oburu m ụzọ chifada, mana eche m na o nwere 2-3 decisions ọ ga-etake gara ịjụ m a ga-eme ya agha. So ụmụ ihe ndị ahụ ihe anyị na-eme, ihe anyị na-agwa ndị fada anyị were dị na ihe anyị nwere kpọrọ ihe, ka anyị were dị n'ihe anyị nwere kpọrọ ike n'ihe anyị nwere. Let us value what we have, and that which we have onweghị ebe ọ gaghị edu anyị were jee.
Thank you so much, Father. The last question, please, Father. Can you tell us the moral aspect and spiritual aspect of your students so far from your observation in this noble institution?
If I'm going to quantify, if I'm asked to quantify it, I give them a 70% positive result. I'm still afraid when you speak to them and caution them and correct them. They still have the ears to listen. There are some rotten ones, but we don't want to. If I have 1 out of 10, I don't think we have a negative result. That's why I say I'm giving them 70% in their morality. Sometimes during the orientation, we spoke to them about the code of dressing, and they are abiding by it. But once in a while, you see one of them who would want to prove, I come from the world and I want to live like the world. So morally, they are picking up, because sometimes it's not only in the classroom. I meet them. If you have a counseling case, you come to the office. I give you counseling, and those I cannot counsel, for now, I have I got choking. They are still manageable, and we can keep on encouraging them. The more we
DCTv 274 production, a channel meant to spread evangelical mission, reflections, church news, interviews on church matters, socio-political issues, and other marriage matters. We also create nice content, all kinds of invitation cards, even movies. DCTv 274 production, TV for everyone.